So, Dr. Hayashida, those giant sea louse that attacked us on the boat, why were they so big? Well, I assume that there were parasites feeding on Godzilla, and due to his radiation, it mutated them and made them grow in size. Because sea louse are usually about a centimeter long. Do you think they'll ever reach Tokyo? No. Unfortunately, due to the isolation of them on the boat, um, they need a supply of food to eat. That's why they fed on the humans. And unfortunately, they were not going to last long due to the mutation. Professor Hayashida? Don't scare me like that. I'm sorry, sir, but the Prime Minister wants to see you at once. There's been an accident in Tokyo Bay. Alright. I'll be back in a bit, boys. Gentlemen, we are really on the balance beam now. At around 4:30 this morning, a Russian submarine sank off the coast of Tokyo. It is estimated that the Americans were involved in sinking this submarine, and the Russians have declared nuclear war on the Americas. Which means that we are now in the middle of one of the greatest battles since World War II. Now, here's going to be our first assignment. If the Americans come to us for help, we say no, after they've already bombed us. Mr. Prime Minister, sir, hate to interrupt, but I don't think war has to be necessary. A Japanese aircraft carrier responded to the SOS as soon as the Russian submarine was under attack, and their sonar cameras caught this. Call press conference now. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, Japan is now on the brink of nuclear war between Russia and the United States. All because of a Russian submarine that sank. The Soviets have prepared a full red alert on the country, so don't be surprised if we may be interfered with some battles. Though the government was a bit skeptical at this accident, the Americans had no involvement with this at all. The monster that sank the Russian submarine was actually Godzilla. You see that silhouette there right next to that trench? That's Godzilla. He's about 80 meters tall and about 160 meters long. Do you think he'll ever come to Tokyo? Well, he's bound to at some point. We have his favorite food.
All units, still no sign of him. Copy that, Chopper 7. We're finding nothing either. Gonna check somewhere else. Over.
Okay, choppers 1, 9, 5, and 4. Start dropping those sensors over. Huh? Oh boy. Godzilla. Oh, why me? Alright, sir, I'll make this evacuation as quiet as possible. Everybody get out of here! Go, 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 go! Mr. Prime Minister, Godzilla has been spotted destroying the Kisaragu power plant. Sorry we couldn't get the image up faster, we had to wait for the fog to clear up. Look at the devastation he's caused to the power plant. And he's about to devastate that cooling tower. The reactor core. I think he's looking for that. What's he doing? He's feeding on the radiation. Well, the world is getting more news that Godzilla's at it again destroying things. Now there's gonna be a panic. There's just one thing that I don't get, Professor. Why did Godzilla leave so abruptly, right after he destroyed the cooling tower? Professor, I'm not sure if this is relative to the subject, but look at this photo I took just before Godzilla retreated. I think that's the reason he left. Of course. Akamura, there's an old friend of mine from college that I want you to call up. I want you both to head over to Mount Mihara on Oshima Island. I want to test something. Professor, this magnetic powder you made is pretty powerful. It's all in the science, really. It's part of my plan, too. You see, birds are the direct descendants of dinosaurs, right? And I always imagined that dinosaurs had this sort of lobe in their brain that would detect a sort of magnetism. Birds have it as well. So I think that's why Godzilla left so abruptly that one day. It's because he felt the magnetism with the migrating birds. Hello, this is Professor Hayashida. Uh-huh. I see. Possible? Alright, I'll speak to the Prime Minister right away. So my plan is to create an acoustic machine that will create a sound generated by the magnetic substance that I've created, luring Godzilla from Tokyo or wherever he is towards Mount Mahara on Oshima Island, and once he is standing right by the crater, we detonate controlled explosives, generating our own eruption. He'll trip and fall into the volcano, and then we bomb it shut, so that way he can never get out. Thank you for that, Professor. We'll get started on that project right away. But will you excuse me, I have a very intense meeting to get to, because I have to meet up with the ambassadors from the United States and the Soviet Union to discuss what we're gonna do with this monster. Captain, what are you doing? I'm disarming one of our nuclear satellites, because today our Russian ambassador was told by the Prime Minister that we are not to use nuclear weapons. It's Godzilla. He's been spotted in the bay and he's heading right for the city. Notify the police and the military about this immediately. This way, everybody, come on.